dude's what's the main actor's name? I just saw him in something else.
Washington's kid. John David Washington, is that it? John David.
Yeah, it's John David
John
Washington.
David Washington. Yeah.
What was I just watching that I saw him and I'm like, oh shit, that's my
Tenet.
boy. Yes, you're right. Main character in Tenet.
Protagonist.
Oh yeah, I forgot Topher Grace was in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so did I actually.
He plays the head.
He's
Nazi,
the head of the KKK.
Yeah.
Head Klansman. Yeah. Inspired casting.
Man. Is
and then
Topher
also
Grace
Adam
stop?
Driver.
Is Topher
Your
Grace
boy.
terrible?
No,
Okay.
no. I don't
Thank
think he
God.
is.
When
In
you
fact,
said
the
that,
only
I'm
news
like,
I've heard
no.
about the only news I've heard about Topher Grace is that he edited all 3 Star Wars prequels into one movie.
Perfect.
So
He's doing
that's what
God's
he's
work.
up to.
Release
Yeah.
the Grace cut
Yeah, I'd totally watch that.
into one movie, like 1 2
The
hour
one movie.
or whatever.
Yeah,
2
like
and a
I
half
assume
hour.
it's sub
Yeah, okay.
3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually there might be something to that.
Yeah.
Greatest role as
Without
Eddie
plan.
Brock.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's Eddie Brock, Spider-Man 3.
he's in Ocean's 11. And
Sick.
Catching up on
show.
the latest Venom. The latest Venom comics are really fucking cool.
yeah, tell me about the latest comic Venoms. Hang on, tell me all about the latest Venom comics. Kyle Bravlowski of the Talking Reckless podcast. I don't think I've used that one yet, have I?
Maybe the first one, I think.
I think you were Boruto. On the
Was it
first one.
Boruto?
Welcome to the Talking Reckless podcast. I'm Matt Eads, joined by Kyle B and Brandon Lynch.
Howdy, howdy.
Tell me about the Venom comics. What's been going on in Venom's life?
Well, not so much just Venom, but the entire Marvel Universe itself, actually. Venom has introduced the new big bad for the entire Marvel Universe, which is Null.
Is that a symbiote? A symbiote?
He is the creator of symbiotes, actually. So he's like on the same realm as a Celestial, but stronger apparently. He was in the black of space before anything, and when the Celestials started using light to create the worlds, they woke him up from his slumber, and
That's
he
fucking
created
mean.
the first
Don't you hate
symbiote.
it?
Yeah, exactly. He was actually pissed off because he thought that they were ignorant and felt like they saw space as just this empty thing to make whatever they pleased, and it was his world, really.
That's kind of interesting. The
Super dope.
the void between the stars being a
lot
space.
of prior to this, everybody thought symbiotes came from the planet Clintar, and
well, I mean, you'd be stupid to not think they came from Clintar.
no, turns out Clintar is actually just the word for prison, which was used to contain Null.
Oh, it's also a race. Apparently,
Yeah,
they better known as the symbiotes. I see.
That's what this new comic is. It's like brand new this year, so I'm sure that'll all get changed once the canon catches up with it.
They are inorganic, amorphous, symbiotic extraterrestrials created from the living abyss. Oh, average weight 20 pounds.
Yeah, very cool stuff happening in the Venom comics, though. Like huge stuff.
Are we gonna see?
Like
you think
a lot of Avengers are getting wiped out left and right, so I haven't caught up to there yet. So
you think we're gonna see like Venom suit Captain America or something?
I think that's already happened.
Fine, Venom suit.
I'm sure Venom has been every superhero so far.
Yeah, well, Venom's been on a lot of things.
Oh yeah, it has happened. I don't know if that. A lot of these look like deviant arts. Maybe, maybe Venom is not Captain America.
Yeah, no, it's really cool stuff, though.
Is this, as someone who doesn't follow the comics at all, is eventually are the movies gonna like follow this stuff?
I don't know. I hope so.
Did they just kind of?
This is what I find. Like a lot of the comics, they do these really cool. They have like really cool blueprints, but the Marvel comics or the Marvel universe loosely follows it with their movies, but not really.
Yeah, they kind of like they'll pull arcs straight out of the comics, but it's generally not in like an order. Like you can never tell what's going to happen next. But
Hmm.
usually 10 minutes into a movie, you can be like, oh yeah, they're doing this thing.
Because we think, is Galactus the next big bad? The phase 3, 4, or 4,
I
5, or
think
whatever?
that I think they're gonna do a lot with not Galactus, the Time guy.
Doctor
What's his name?
Strange.
That's the one. um,
The time guy.
oh,
What?
it's gonna bug me. It's the
Dormammu,
guy
what do you-
from the lead from Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
Um,
the sorcerer. That's not who I'm.
No,
That's
not
not who I'm
not the
thinking of, right?
sorcerer.
That's not the sorcerer. No.
No, no. Hang on, let me get his name.
Yeah, bing it.
Yeah, I would like to see Dormammu in there. He is
He was
a
in
big
the.
MCU bad.
He was in the Doctor Strange movie. They made him look like
Yeah, he was.
like a punk ass bitch in the Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is the
granted,
Sorcerer Supreme.
he had an Infinity Stone. We didn't really know it at the time, but he had a stone and it's pretty powerful.
Jonathan Majors is the actor's name,
Playing.
and he is cast in Ant-Man as Kang the Conqueror. That's his name.
Kang. Noble
Kang.
Kang.
Yeah, and there's a lot of speculation that Kang the Conqueror is going to be kind of the next big build guy.
Oh, okay.
He's got
Yeah.
kind of a Galactus look to him.
Yeah, Galactus is like a literal like space giant.
He's a celestial.
He like literally eats planets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like
Kang the Conqueror is a regular small man like us,
Yeah, I'm trying to. Man, he
except he can time travel.
looks like I cannot put my finger. He looks like maybe like Magneto's those like robots Magneto always had. Those you watch the X-Men cartoon? They always put
He looks like a sentinel.
he kind of looks like a Sentinel a little bit,
Yeah,
except
yeah.
without the
Yeah.
big like fucking things coming off the wings.
Yeah.
The
I like me some Kang.
WandaVision show
Blew up
comes out.
Washington once.
Kang blew up Washington.
With
George?
his, with his sword
the city?
spaceship.
Wow.
DC. Okay.
Capital. Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon. I totally. Oh, the WandaVision show should be by the next time the podcast starts. We will probably have seen the first episode of WandaVision.
At the 15th?
Yeah, 15th. So today in podcast time is the 11th. So this Friday, podcast time. I hope that's good. I feel like those are the two characters the two Avengers I maybe give the least fucks about. I really hope it's. I don't even know. I don't even know what I hope for.
I think it's going to be an interesting trial on their ability to like interweave this stuff with movies and shows. Which I think if this all falls apart, it's going to be because they tried to interweave this stuff with movies and shows.
Yeah.
So this will be the first, kind of the first trial of that.
They sort of
Both really
tried
cool
to,
characters.
sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say they're both really cool characters. Like both really powerful in their own respective ways, especially in the terms of like the comic book universe.
Totally. I don't know what it is lately. I've been having I seem to lose focus a lot lately, where my brain just stops working. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. It's something about Marvel movies. It's completely.
Wanda
so
and spinning them in.
I'm as big a Marvel fan as especially Marvel movie fan as anyone. But I continue to think that we might look back on this after a few movies, the whole up to Thanos era, and be like, then they beat Thanos, and that's kind of where they lost it.
Yeah.
And that's based on nothing. It's not like the quality has gone down at all since then, but it's the way that everything's opening up. Not only like multiple timelines wise and getting more time-based villains and WandaVision's going to be a multiple reality kind of thing probably, and that's going to feed in with Doctor Strange's multiple reality thing. And I'm like, okay, this is getting way closer to the comics, but these might end up being like the most non-consequential movies after this. The whole like the specter of people dying and permanently being erased from the show, I think will soon be over. So
Yeah.
like it is in the comics.
they tried to do this like TV conglomeration thing before. They had like a bunch of shows, and they Agents of Shield and something.
Yeah, they tried to do like
tomorrow and
Daredevil's little crew. With,
I
like,
forgot about the
the
Defenders.
Punisher,
Yeah.
and all those guys.
Yeah. The Agents of Shield was like literally Agent Coulson and what's Captain America's love interest there in the Peggy, whatever her
Peggy
name
Carter.
is in the movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were characters in that show. That show like tied 1-to-1 to the Marvel movies. The
Agent Carter had her own show, I think.
Yeah.
she did. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
for
It
a
was
little bit,
Agents of
yeah.
Shield, and there was a Carter
Agent
show.
Carter. Yeah, they did a bunch of those,
Yeah.
and like I don't think they did super well. I watched the first season of Agents of Shield, and it not tremendous. I didn't stick with it.
Those superhero shows just aren't very good. Like Daredevil was pretty good.
Daredevil was really good. Jessica Jones is really good.
I never checked out Jessica Jones. I heard good things about that.
First season of Jessica Jones is dope.
Yeah, I think the first season of Jessica Jones is like the single best. If you only ever watch one thing from the Defenders, watch season 1 of Jessica Jones and stop. David Tennant
Legion
carries
was
that
really
show on his
good.
back.
Yeah. Legion was really good as well.
Legion. Oh, the X-Men
Yeah.
Legion. Yeah, that one's that's like a Fox thing. That doesn't tie into MCU at all, unfortunately. But Legion is so fucking good. Oh, I should watch that again. Man, I've never met anyone else except you who's ever watched Legion.
It's good, man. It's a great
It's
show.
really good. Yeah, it's like super surreal in a way that it is. You got to watch it if you like the Marvel kind of the X-Men stuff. It is tremendous. Also, it's got Jermaine Clements from Flight of the Conchords. Always a treat.
Yeah.
Always a treat.
Yeah. I felt like Legion and Wanda Maximoff, they could have had like a good tie-in together.
Yeah, if I don't know how all that stuff works now. I have no idea because that like could Legion have shown up in the Fox X-Men? I don't even know. Is that a different
I don't know.
thing where like they have a oh no they don't. They have a different Patrick Stewart. The dude who plays Viserys in Game of Thrones plays Patrick Stewart in or not Patrick Stewart, Professor X in Legion.
Charles.
Wild. I'm looking forward to getting it fired back up though. It's been a long time since we've had Marvel stuff, and it was a real fun time. You know, I hope they're fun. I don't know. I hope I'm worried like Brando, where like maybe we will remember. Maybe the fond memories of Marvel is going to start kind of fading into the past.
I think the movies will still be good. I think they put too much money into them for them not to be good. I just don't know if it'll be that fun. Everything connects with everything in an actually relatively sensible way. It wasn't perfect, but for the most part, you could be like, oh yeah, that's what this guy was doing at this time. I feel like 10 movies from now, we might be like looking back on it like, oh, this doesn't make any sense because this guy was here and he was supposed to be here and this, but maybe I'm underestimating them. Maybe they have a very solid plan for all the characters and aren't going to be working off the seat of their pants the way that I think they're going to, because you know how capitalism works. They're going to find characters and they're going to be like, oh, this person's really popular. They need their own movie now. And that's going to throw a wrench into everything.
Yeah, and hopefully they at least have like kind of the lesson that Star Wars taught of like it felt like they did a fairly good job, like you say, of having at least a very loose, overarching kind of through line through all these, where hopefully they kind of have someone in that role again to be like, I got to make sure this all fits together. Is that Feige? I never.
Maybe they're just
who.
better at that.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars. I've been rewatching episode 1, episode 2, and I'm still working through Clone Wars, but a podcast that you and I enjoy, Brando, started watching through those movies, and I'm just angry about Star Wars again. Star Wars, there's so much bad Star Wars, man. When you're watching through those movies, like episode 2 is so funny. It is so funny. Dude, that thing where
the acting is
terrible,
atrocious.
Oh my god, like Natalie Portman fucking hates Hayden Christensen throughout that entire thing, it seems. And like the thing where Boba Fett is hired to kill Padme, so Boba Fett talks to his changeling friend who hires a droid who gives the centipedes to another droid that flies them in the window. Like, it is crazy. Star Wars. Another Disney Marvel property. Get it together. Let's let's literally get it all together. Luke Skywalker, put him in the End War remaster.
Play some of the old Star Wars games. That's where the fun's at.
Yeah, there. That is where the fun begins.
Yeah,
you missed it. You missed it by that much. Speaking of games, not a ton going on this week. Really, still in the holidays here. Hence the Marvel talk. There's a Tron this week, although maybe it'll stay as a Tron. I don't know. I sort of meant it to be a Token Reckless thing, and we ended up talking a little bit about the goings-ons in America this week. So if you want any of that or some lovely weed talk, check out Tron over on patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast, the longer version of this podcast. What Star Wars game do you got to recommend one Star Wars game? Kyle, what's it going to be? Let's each do one.
Hey, hold on. I got to pull up the catalog here.
Oh, okay.
Back.
Well, I'm just going to trust in the Force and go with my gut and say everybody's going to say Nazi. I'm going to say Jedi Academy. I'm going to say you should play Jedi Academy, the best lightsaber fighting video games I've ever had.
Jedi Academy, yeah, that's top.
I'm going to say Jedi Fallen Order, which is the newest, well, not the newest Star Wars game, but I think that did a good job of being kind of what everyone wants a Jedi game to be, which is like they could have tightened up the combat for sure. It was like, oh, this is a fun Star Wars story, and I get to use Force powers and light saber powers in a way that I thought was way more satisfying even than Force Unleashed, which was another game I enjoyed. And fits into the like kind of general storytelling of Star Wars in a really satisfying way. That ending's really good.
That game could be canon.
Did you ever play Dark Forces, Matt?
I did not. Jedi Academy was the first of the. Well, Jedi Academy is like, isn't that Dark Forces 3 or something? I always forget how that goes.
I don't recall.
Let's see. Yes, it is. Yes, it's either Dark Forces 3 or 4 in the series.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember playing the first two, and my God, those games.
Dark Forces, Jedi Outcast, and then I don't know, and then Jedi Academy. Maybe they're just 3. Maybe Jedi Academy is the 3rd. There's a lot of Star Wars games as I'm looking through these. Holy smokes! Yeah.
I remember Bounty Hunter being fun.
Went Dark Forces.
Yeah.
Dark Forces Jedi Outcast. Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, which seems wrong, apparently, according to Wikipedia, and then Jedi Academy. That seems incorrect. Okay. I remember that differently, but I'll trust Wikipedia. Yeah, Jedi Outcast.
That's the way it goes in the timeline.
Those games, that Jedi Academy has motherfucking Luke Skywalker being like, come to my Jedi Academy. It's not a great Luke. That's how I better, never mind. I almost,
I'd also throw my hat in for the original Battlefront 2.
Yeah, oh shit. Actually, that's a really good answer. If I, honorable mention, I really like Episode 1 Racer. Pod Racer, I think it's really dope. But
Pod Racer's great.
I think you and I might be alone on that one. I brought it up when that re-release came out and everybody poo-pooed me.
Oh, so good.
I remember everybody poo-dooed me, I should have said.
I remember you had to like turn your Pod Racer like vertical to get through some of the canyon cracks and stuff.
Yes. You had to like they never did the thing where you could like remagnetize a pod. I always kind of wanted to, just because it's in the movie, you know, or like throw a grenade over my shoulder. Like fucking
you had like the time to boost though, right? Where you could like do the perfect timing and get the boost.
It wasn't timed. You could overheat your engines. You could boost as long as you want, and if you went too far, your pods would explode. And there was I think there was like a venting thing or something. You had to like cool them off, and they would vent.
Yeah, and it'd slow you down.
Yeah, you were like boosting in the air and stuff. Man, I remember that game just being so good. I should play that.
A lot of fun.
What about video games you've been playing? Who's been doing what? Let's start with Kyle.
Cyberpunkin.
Yeah, you go, because I haven't really been playing anything.
I'm sorry to hear that, Kyle. You've been getting cyberpunked?
I enjoy it, actually. I think I set my bar way low when the game came out, thankfully. So I'm having a great time with it.
Even do you have any affinity for The Witcher, like Witcher 3?
No,
Or
so
even?
see, I never played The Witchers prior to this, so maybe that's another thing that attributes to it.
Gotcha. You should. Don't. I mean, you like Cyberpunk. Uh, you should maybe check out The Witcher. They're very different games, but like The Witcher has a level of quality and polish that Cyberpunk maybe did not.
That's
Uh,
fair.
What do you-
Also, I've only played The Witcher 3, and you do not need to play the originals to get that story.
Yeah, I've also only played
And
The
I
Witcher.
fucking loved that game. That was my game of the year that year, I think.
Mine too.
Stuff, yeah. Yeah, I've watched The Witcher 1 and 2, and my god, this look painful.
Three's not bad.
No, 3 looks good.
Don't always be whirling. Whirling sucks. What SKU are you playing? Or sorry, what platform are you playing Cyberpunk on?
Stadia. I'm playing it on Stadia. Yeah, it's been really well actually. I
Are-
haven't had many issues.
Apparently, it's like the best platform to stay at and play it on. Weirdly enough.
Yeah, I mean, I do see the occasional. To me, it's no buggier than like Fallout 3 or New Vegas was for me when they first came out with it.
New Vegas was like legendarily broken. Like
Yeah.
not
And I
quite as
still
much as Cyberpunk. Not like lawsuit level.
Yeah, I think the hype really killed Cyberpunk this time, but I do see some of the issues like you'll be driving really fast on the highway and up ahead it looks like there's a huge traffic jam you're about to run into it, but it just slowly fades away as you drive up to it,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny.
And like they got out there. You can pull the video. They said that everyone in the world was gonna have a routine, right? They're gonna go to their jobs and they're gonna go home or whatever. And it's not. Nobody in that world has a routine. People like literally spawn. The cars literally just spawn behind you because the
Yeah.
traffic, like there's no traffic AI. Cars just drive into the distance, and if they can't get off the road and fade in time, they just crash into something. Like it's it's pretty bad, man.
I haven't seen any of that, but I do like even when they're saying like, oh, everybody's gonna have a routine and a job system and stuff. Even if like Rockstar was telling me that, I wouldn't believe it.
No, but like they do in Red Dead, the people go home and they go to work and they kind of at least have a like they don't just spawn in on the end of the corner and walk to the other end of the corner and despawn. Like they're
Yeah,
Doing Majora's Mask, too.
yeah,
Majora's
that's
Mask figured this
yeah.
out a long time ago.
yeah,
that's exactly right.
that's
It's,
fair. I don't know. I have more leniency on them, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played the Witcher games, and honestly, I've skipped out on a lot of big open world games like this since Skyrim. Pretty much, Skyrim was the last one that I really sunk my teeth into.
That was coming up on 10 years ago this November.
It's on Game Pass now.
Overdue for it.
Is it on? It's on Game Pass now.
I think it just came out,
Oh shit!
That's good.
Skyrim.
That's huge.
but not online. 'Cause
You
I remember
mean
they put Skyrim online like a whole bunch of times on there, and I'm like, oh, Skyrim's on Game Pass, and I'm like, oh no, it's not. I think this is
Elder
finally actually
Scrolls
real
Online.
Skyrim, or Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, yeah.
Oh, you mean Microsoft's Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim?
That's right. Might as well put it on Game Pass now.
Might as well. Yeah, I always forget that Microsoft owns Bethesda now. And you're like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Of course. What do you got to report? How's the story? What
The story's good so far.
Yeah.
Some of the characters are really interesting. My man Jackie Wells, really cool character. I believe I have just met the love interest in the game.
hmm.
But I'm just having a lot of fun with the story missions, some of the side quests and stuff they give you. You get you'll be just cruising along, all of a sudden a police scanner will pick up and say, hey, we got this guy, he's kind of an asshat, causing a ruckus. Bring him in, or take him out. And they give you some unique, like you'll come across these guys called cyber psychos, and they're kind of losing their shit because of all the implants they've gotten. And those are interesting missions, I find.
Yeah. In fiction, they're like not sure if cyberpsychosis is a real thing or not, right? It's like it's a big mystery around why some people seem to do they really have cyberpsychosis, or are they just like shitheads?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really fun though.
Yeah.
Glitches and stuff aside, I'm having a good time with it.
They
The character trees, the skill trees are really fun. I
you
like
think
the
so?
variety in that. Yeah,
I just so many of them are like get an extra percent crit and like get 1% more damage on your pistols. Like, is 1% more damage on your pistols a fun thing? Like, I can't wait to level up and get 1% more damage on my pistol. Fucking A.
I actually went specifically with the pistol tree just to see what it's like. And I'm having a great time with it. I just crouch headshot, like boom, one shot kills with headshots just because it's all crit damage and you put a silencer on, you get a crit multiplier from the silencer, so it stacks up pretty quick. The crafting skill tree kind of breaks the game though. I kind of breaks the game. I mean, really breaks the game.
Like you can just make weapons that are way too powerful, or
Well, you can make not only that is you can make the weapons that are way too powerful and just repeatedly sell them for cheaper. Every time you're scrapping
Oh.
weapons, you're getting extra materials from your tree.
infinite loop of money.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, speaking of money, I should have said this off the top. We have a karaoke contest going on right now. Go to our Discord.
Oh,
You can find by going to talkingreckless.com. Click on the Discord button. $25 up for grabs. $25 prize. Come on and throw your name in. It's community voted on, so I'll say that passion will trump skill every time.
There is some
And
fucking bangers in
There's
there.
some real bangers. Yeah, we got. You should just go listen. All the submissions are up in the contest channel as well. They're pinned if you wanna see the competition so far.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Get it in there. Sorry to interrupt you. I totally forgot to do that off the top.
Oh no. Hell yeah. I'm enjoying all the video submissions so far. They're fucking great.
Are you gonna submit one? There's $25, Kyle.
I'm good.
Oh, the cowardice.
Truly.
The unbridled cowardice.
I've never done karaoke. I'm not going to start now.
What better time than not actually doing it live?
No thanks.
We should talk. I think I got an idea. We'll talk after. I got a good idea. We'll talk.
Shit. I saw that game. What was that game you were playing earlier on stream? That game looked really cool.
Monster Sanctuary?
Yeah.
I played. I'm gonna pull my notes up here. Monster Sanctuary. That's a new on Game Pass. It's Pokemon meets like Metroidvania. It meets like Final Fantasy. You have a team of 6. Where to start? You're going around the world. You are seeing monsters in the overworld. If you touch them, you like get pulled into a battle, kind of old Final Fantasy or
Classic.
Pokemon style. The fights are up to 3-on-3, but unlike Pokemon, it is kind of much more Final Fantasy, where like your team goes, then their team goes, then your team goes, then their team goes, then your team goes, and there's no like speed stat or anything. But there is different element types, and my Magma Pillar is strong against the ice enemy, and that Pokemon element system. It's much more basic. I think there are maybe only 4 elements. I've only seen 4, I think. But where you lose complexity on some of that stuff, you're gaining it elsewhere, where every one of your monsters, you have six monsters. Every one of them has equipment, so everyone can have a piece of gear equipped. And there are very like RPG stats. There's like attack, defense, magic, something else. And these equipments is like, oh, I got a sword that makes my attack go up. I got a shield that brings my defense up. There are also 3 accessories they can each equip that you can mod your stats with. And then you can also feed them meals, which feeding meals is like a buff. So like here, you eat this walnut and you have 20 defense, and you keep the buffs from your last 3 meals. Like they stay stacked. So as you use a new one, it'll knock them all up 1, and you'll lose your last meal, but you'll always have the 3 available. And I think that's it. They also each have a skill tree. Sorry, they also level up. They get experience points, and they each have a skill tree, several skill trees, where you are kind of investing in abilities, and you can sort of spec them in a way you want, which is really neat. You're unlike Pokemon, where it feels like you sort of try to almost catch the almost finished product. Like I need to just go catch a good Pokemon and then level it up. In this, you get eggs from fighting monsters, and you sort of raise the monsters, and there's no like there's no min-maxing. There's no like, oh my, I don't think there is anyways. There's no like, oh, this magma pillar didn't get the right stat in the garbage. Try and breed a new one. It's much more you choosing where to put the skill points. You're allocating it instead of relying on like randomness, which seems kind of cool.
That's cool.
It's got online too. It's got online battles. I haven't played enough to rank up, but like there are 4 starters, 1 of each element. You know, you have these 3 rivals that you seem to keep running into, and then there's this whole Metroidvania part to it, where it is this side-scrolling, literally Metroidvania style game where you are encountering obstacles that your different monsters can get you through. So my magma pillar, who's a fire caterpillar, he can burn vines, so now I can pass through the vines. And you know, I caught a rock monster who can make a rock on the ground, and now I can jump on that rock and I can reach the jumps I couldn't get to before. And you're sort of unlocking. It seems like there's going to be a lot more of them because I've seen like little tiny passageways. You must learn how to shrink somehow or something, and I've seen a bunch of different obstacles. But it's cool. It's like it's really. It totally evokes that old Pokemon stuff in a way, where as you're playing it, you're like, yeah, this feels like old Pokemon, but also a totally new game. It feels like
Sounds like it.
Yeah, an evolution of the series where I find when even like the last Pokemon game I played, I think was Moon. Was there a Moon 2? Maybe just Moon? I don't remember.
No, yeah, I think it was Moon. It was the same one I played, I think.
Yeah, Moon.
Except
and
I did Sun.
They're even like, coming from Pokemon Yellow, like a lot has changed, but at the same time, so much is the same, right? You're still just going around doing your one-on-one battles. I go, you go. If I go first, you know, unless I'm playing competitively, I probably win. It's kind of that same game as it's been, whereas this feels like something totally. This feels like an evolution of like, you know, Pokemon went one way, and this other burgeoning genre would have gone this way. It's really neat. It's really, really neat, and it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I like
damn.
the whole vibe to it.
Yeah, it's very dope. I'm probably gonna put some more time into it. I just want to see what the online stuff is like. Its online Pokemon battles are so I admire them from a distance, I guess, but it's so like at the competitive level, it's like you make one mistake and you're toast. Just the nature of like, I go, then you go, then I go, then you go, then I go, or however it, you know, gets modified with abilities and things. Whereas my entire team goes and then your entire team goes is like way different, because if I move 3 times before you go, there's a good chance I'm gonna at least try to kill one of your monsters. Sorry, before you get to go. Like it seems very, very different. Seems cool. They have mana. They heal to full at the end of every battle. You don't have to go to the monster center to revive them.
That's good.
You always have all your monsters on you. You don't have to. You only have a team of 6 that are leveling up, but you can swap in and out of that team of 6 freely. You don't have to go to was it a PC or whatever in Pokemon and get the Pokemon out of the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get them from Bill.
Bill. Wasn't
Yeah, it
Bill
looked like a really cool game.
Wasn't Bill the guy, the picture taker man?
No, that was his name was probably Snap.
Yeah, his name is Snap. Trainer Bill. I can see him. I can see Trainer Bill in my head.
He's the science guy.
Science guy? That's Oak. What?
No, he's like the guy who. So
Draw 2
are we
cards.
talking about the game or the cartoon?
Both, either.
In the in the game, he's the guy that you rescue him, and he gives you like Bill's PC, which is how you do all the Pokemon exchange stuff. And in the cartoon, he's in like a Pokemon costume with arms that are too short to hit the button to get him free. So Ash has to let him out.
From the costume. Oh yes, I am looking at it now. Yeah. And he wears like, for some reason he wears, I don't know what it's called, but like the like big poofy handkerchief tucked into your.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a blouse or whatever.
Yeah.
That's so funny that you remember that.
Yeah. I don't know why.
The things that get
always stuck with him. Yeah.
I can't name all the capitals of Canada or whatever, but boy, can I sure do those original 151 Pokemon. You play anything else, Kyle? We kind of jumped to me.
No, I just played a lot of Cyberpunk. It's more
you in a
Dark Souls,
nutshell.
of course. Yep.
You
in a nutshell.
Trying to duel.
Yeah, it just wasn't working. But maybe one day we'll get her.
Anyone out there who likes them some Dark Souls 3 PvP should hit up our Discord because we have a growing Dark Souls PvP community apparently. That'd be fun to do like a community.
Hey,
I bet we're all pretty equally bad that we could get in there for some no weapons, no armor, fisticuffs or something.
For sure, absolutely. You could plug up a server.
Yeah, come sub our Discord sometime. You at home, you want to play some Dark Souls? I played Demon's Souls a little bit. I'm up
Hell
to
yeah.
I think I killed 2 more bosses. I think I killed the 3-1 boss. I got up to the 3-2 boss, and like I'm having that thing that I always have, and so I've played enough games to know that I'll get over this, but I will never beat the 3-2 boss. It is impossible. No one has ever beat that boss. It's a bunch of bullshit. And then
That's
I also
the Flame Lurker, right?
No,
Beat the Flame Lurker?
Man Eater. There's a Man Eater.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then I did beat Flame Lurker. Yeah, I beat Flame Lurker and got up to a boss
Perfect.
after that. I'm sure I can do that one. I'm pulling ahead,
yeah.
bro. Pulling ahead.
Good man. Yeah, I've just been not off video games really by intention, but this just feels like a natural break
Yeah.
for me to kind of get everything else in order at the start of the year before games start coming out again. I haven't played a whole lot. Played a little bit of, speaking of Man Eater, played a little bit of Man Eater, which is a game where you play as a and terrorize beachgoers. I've only played like probably less than an hour, and it seems like I might never pick it up again.
No, just
But, yeah,
just not for you, or
not
what?
because it's bad. It just I feel like you very quickly know what that game is, and if you'd like to keep doing it.
Okay, yeah, I got it downloading. I'm gonna check it out, but it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it looks like it might not be my thing.
It's like
That's
it'd be
it,
a fun
so-
thing to stream.
Yeah, that
It totally feels like a stream game.
that's the impression that I get that like super turns me off of it is, and this is
You want to be
a
a
real
shark? You want to
shit
be a
take.
goose? You want to be a
Yep, a
goat?
real shit take, but like be an animal, do something dumb, and then have a streamer go "Ah, blah, 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 blah." Like, god damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very popular. If I in the grand scheme of Twitch, if I did more of that stuff, maybe I'd be. You guys want to come watch my Man Eater stream next week? A Demon
Oh,
Souls,
yeah.
Demon Souls Man Eater, not Shark Game. I also played a game called Magic Legends a million years ago, in like the summer, and I don't know why I never brought it up, but saw it on my desktop here and sort of remembered I even played it. It might have been under NDA or something a long time ago. It's not out yet. It's the upcoming. I think it's gonna be free to play. It is a Diablo like one of those action games, top down, kind of left click, right click. You have a action bar spells. You're shooting spells out. You know, you're getting loot. Very very similar or analogous to Diablo or like Torchlight or one of those. But it is a Magic the Gathering game, and
Cool.
instead of there are classes which. Every character kind of ends up getting every class eventually in a way. It's like Final Fantasy Online. You kind of build out every job if you want, it seems. But I'm trying to remember how this all goes. You have
You're a
classes.
planeswalker, right?
Yeah, you're your own planeswalker. You're making your own planeswalker. You have various classes that give you access at first to colors. There are 5 colors in Magic. And you can play, I think, only up to 2 of them at a time. You can kind of play a 2-colored deck, and you literally have a deck of spells and summons. So instead of in something like Diablo, you usually have like 6 set abilities that you choose, and it's 1 through 6, and they just kind of sit down there. You can change them in and out, but they are static unless you change them. In Magic Legends, because you have a deck, you are literally drawing, I think it's like 5 cards, and they appear at the bottom out of your however many card deck. And so it's kind of this random, like, oh, I got like Fireball, Flame Tongue Cavu, whatever. And as you are using spells, it's drawing new cards from the deck, which is really strange. And there is a kind of a loose mana color system associated with it it just kind of imposes a cooldown so you can't like spam all your spells. But the other part of it is because Magic is primarily the card game is primarily broken into like two main types of card, creatures and everything else. And this game has a lot of creatures, which are like just summons that follow you. So it kind of is like, again, not to just say it's like Diablo, but it's a lot like Diablo, but if everybody was playing like a necromancer, because everybody always has 200 summons just following them at all times, and you're just constantly summoning more because you're just going through your deck and like raising them all. It's fine. It seemed fine. You're like upgrading the cards individually, which is kind of weird. And I don't know, the magic skin didn't do well. It actually, I had literally Flame Tongue Kavu, which is a card I recognize. I was like, oh my boy, all those years ago.
Yeah.
But it seemed fine. I don't know. In a world where there's Path of Exile, it seems hard to like justify a game so similar in that space, but I guess we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, that game really set the bar for Diablo-like.
Big time, and it's never cost a cent.
No.
I've tried so many times to get into Path of Exile too, and I don't know, I make it like 40 points into that giant skill tree. I can't do
The
this.
sphere grid? Yeah.
It's
Reminds me of
basically
Final
the
Fantasy
sphere
X.
grid.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's cool though. The builds that come out of it are really unique.
Yeah, man, even just talking about it makes me want to get back into it. I always look up a build and I'm like, yes, this seems so cool. I'm gonna be this like crazy, like chain lightning witch or whatever, or this crazy summoning guy, and then I get like, I don't know, level 40. I'm like, I can't. It's just too much. That's me in a nutshell. Them's the games. Want to roll right into news here, boys?
Let's do it.
Yeah, a little bit of shorter shows in the holidays. The world is the way it is. Although I will say, if you are hurting for Talking Reckless content, there is, I think, the like 300 and something Patreon podcast exclusive piece of audio went up last week. So patreon.com/Talking Reckless podcast has hundreds of hours, much of it about anime, but lots about video games.
Good anime though.
Really good anime. Attack on Titan is so fucking good. Oh,
it is. Yeah.
Oh. What do I got for news here this week? CD Projekt Red is facing a class action lawsuit from its investors. I pulled just the official complaint here. The the legal complaint literally says virtually unplayable, which I think is hilarious. It says Cyberpunk 2077 was virtually unplayable on the current generation Xbox or PlayStation systems due to an enormous amount of bugs. These are the various reasons for the lawsuit. As a result, Sony would remove Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store. Sony, Microsoft, CD Projekt Red forced off refunds, and yada yada yada. Financial and reputation harm, which is not wrong. Is not wrong. I'm not a lawyer and don't at all know how to read into these kinds of lawsuits to know if like, is this a real thing, or is this just like one investor who's angry and like, come on guys, let's get them.
Yeah.
I have no idea. The way I read it was filed by and the story is a few days old at this point. But it was filed by a single investor who was looking for others to join the suit. Again, not a lawyer, don't know how to read into that stuff, but yeah, that thing's fucked. That thing is virtually unplayable. I wonder, because they got out there.
Fucked.
They got out there and said, like on Twitter and publicly, they said it was playable from start to finish. And I wonder if you say something is playable from start to finish and it's actually not, is that a class action lawsuit type of thing? I'm sure
this lawsuit was from the shareholders, right? You said
yes, yeah, the shareholders, the CD Projekt Red. Okay. I said investors.
Yeah, because you would think that if a shareholder, like when I picture a shareholder filing a lawsuit, it would be more for. When I picture someone like people playing the video game, I could see them suing because the game is not finished. Shareholders, you would think, are suing because of the amount of money that this company is costing them as shareholders with their product, regardless of what situation, what state the product was in. Like, I wonder if there is a world where even if you can finish that game, if it just sells so badly that shareholders are like, "You guys fucked up, we're suing."
I think totally. Like I think the like main point of it is as a result, Sony would remove Cyberpunk from the 2077 PlayStation Store, which is huge, right? Not even being eligible for sale on the Sony platform, and they have to offer refunds. You as a shareholder would sue CDPR on the grounds that you didn't do what was best for the company by lying, by saying the game was finished, by all the nonsense about crunch and yada yada yada. We'll see what comes out of it. I don't know. This whole Cyberpunk thing is so unprecedented. Unprecedented cases for unprecedented times. Let's talk about Epic for a moment here. I don't have this on my news sheet, but I have it on the video version if you want to come and watch that on YouTube. They bought a shopping mall. They bought I think it's the let me see, somewhere Carytown shopping mall. It's huge. Like I have a picture of the
There's
map.
a Dave and Buster's in that shopping mall.
And the space that they're gonna be it's very big. They're like literally making a campus. I'm trying to find the Carytown
It's like
Center
Epic
Mall.
City.
Yeah, Carytown Center Mall. They're literally making a campus. It is I don't think it's abandoned, but it's I think a mostly abandoned shopping mall.
Weird.
I would work in a shopping mall. I don't know. I hope they don't change a damn. Don't even take the store signs down. Maybe take the shelving stuff out. I want the Fortnite teams and the Kohl's, the people who are working on the Epic engine, they're upstairs in the Starbucks, and the Burger King, they're a big team.
It'll just be all
a bunch of people in the
Epic
food court.
merchandise, Fortnite stuff.
I was sort of. Do you think they would keep the food court?
Probably.
In a world where like I wonder what the Microsoft campus has on it. Like, do they have like a food court?
Yeah, I think the food court remains the food court just because the campus that size, first of all, would have a cafeteria, and second of all, I'm sure there's a lot of the like on the industrial end when they're building the mall, there's a lot of stuff that they need to be in that area for both a cafeteria or food court.
Yeah, I just don't, because the public's not gonna be able to come in like, I'm gonna go grab a burger from the Epic Burger King. I just wonder
a public food court, but I think it'll be like a big cafeteria probably with numerous different vendors. You look at the places like the Google campuses and stuff, and they just have like full on like small stands of like McDonald's and shit in there.
That's like what I wonder if they'll have like. Is Epic gonna have a McDonald's like employee? Do you work for McDonald's at the Epic location?
I think so. I think if you're buying a mall for your new headquarters, like something that size, then you are planning to have a food court or like mega cafeteria style thing.
Yeah, that would be.
Like even Nate, which is significantly smaller than this, has like a Tim Hortons.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Actually, that's a super good point. I had that thing where my brain stopped. Sorry, it's like it's been a fucking week.
Like sometimes I forget we're even podcasting.
I know.
Like sometimes I'll like stare. Like there's a bag of cheesies here, and I'm like staring at it for a while, and then Eads would stop talking, and I'd be like,
one just slowly creeping.
Did he ask me something?
Oh shit!
I do remember. If I had to work food service anywhere, I bet on the like Epic campus would be the best place. You're never gonna get the person standing on the counter demanding Szechuan sauce and like flipping out. You're never gonna get like, well, hopefully like civil unrest in the fucking lobby. Yeah, that'd probably be a damn fine place to work at a fast food if you had.
I really like. There's a lot I don't like about tech companies. I really like the idea of working at those like. Those big campuses where it's just like literally anything you could ever need is so close to you.
The dentist. We have a. I'm looking at Microsoft's thing right now. They have world-class cafes, Michelin star cafes apparently, and dentists.
Jesus. Yes, please.
That'd be wild. And like you could even like, man, especially in these pandemic times. Hey, bring the family. We're just gonna seal it up. We're just gonna live in our like enclosed, hermetically sealed, where we make the.
Everyone
Fortnite.
get in your bubble.
Yep. Everybody getting your big inflatable llama. Let's do this. Along with shopping malls, Epic also bought Bink. Rad, which I guess is the makers of Bink Video. Again, this is a lot of like really sort of high level tech jargon above my head. But Rad is a set of development tools, and the Bink Video tool set, I guess, used to be very, 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 very common. Still is, apparently. If you've ever seen, like, if you ever played Diablo back in the day, and you would always have the Bink, like, it was like a little, I think it was like a vortex, it looked like.
Logo?
Yeah, with like a triangle on the top. And like Mass Effect has them. Mass Effect, all the cinematics of Mass Effect are the Bink videos. Maybe the first cinematic tour trailer, even. I'm trying to remember. Diablo 2, like everything Blizzard up till they were in house. Super, super, super prolific. According to the Rad website, at least one of their products is built into almost every game shipped today. They've appeared in more than 24,600 games to date, and roughly 2 million end user units per year. That's crazy. Per year. Bonkers. The biggest video game company in the world. Well,
Inkers.
I wonder if they are bigger than. I wonder how that all works out now that Microsoft owns Bethesda, so on and so forth. But a big video game company, say a borderline monopoly, now owns this. They own like Unreal, right? They own that entire dev tool set already. Now they own Rad. It's. I wrote the monopoly gets even monopolier, which.
Epic's
There
making
appears to be
moves.
some sort of sports complex across the highway that they could expand to.
Brando's like really leaning into the tiny map I got on screen.
There's a school there.
Man, your kids could
Oh, is
just
that
go
what
to
that
school
is?
across the street.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody live on the
Yeah.
campus. You could have like
There's 2 schools.
grow your own farm. It could be self-sustaining. That's what I want to start, a self-sustaining video game campus. We grow our
Perfect.
own. We have to purify our pee and drink it and grow our own food and stuff. You know how it is.
Sounds like your campus would focus on survival games.
Yeah. No, we exclusively make like shitty mobile ports. It sucks. Video game development's really tough. It's terrible. Nintendo bought a Canadian studio here, Next Level Games. They gobbled them up. The makers of most recently Luigi's Mansion 3. Nintendo don't often
Mario
buy up
Strikers.
studios. Yep, Mario Super Strikers, NHL Hits.
Strikers
Pro.
was great.
Strikers was very good.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3 was really good too.
Ghost Recon for the Wii. They did like a bunch of Wii stuff. They've done a few Spider-Man game, a Captain America game. Nintendo doesn't really gobble up studios too often, so this is sort of newsworthy.
I had no idea that Nintendo proper didn't make Luigi's Mansion 3.
Neither did I. And who did Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2 now? Let's see. Nothing is sacred anymore. You can't just say Nintendo. Nintendo.
All right.
Well,
Never heard of them.
Nintendo EAD. Oh, they did the is this the 3DS one? Dark Moon? Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon? Oh no, known in Australia and Europe as Luigi's Mansion 2. Okay. That's weird. I thought Luigi's Mansion 2 was just Luigi's Mansion 2.
Was Luigi's Mansion 3 Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yes.
Okay.
But in North America, there is no Luigi's Mansion 2. There is just Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
That makes sense. I think that checks out in my head as well.
Luigi's Mansion 2 in Japanese.
Did you play Luigi's Mansion 3, Matt?
3? No, I played the original one like 100 years ago.
Oh, gotcha.
Guigi, fundamentally, I can't support Guigi. I can't give my money to Guigi.
That's fair.
I think I have a.
That wasn't
I think
this
I
year,
have
was
it
it?
What?
on.
That wasn't this year, right? That was last
I
year?
don't-
Last
No.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
I have it if you want to
I was
borrow
going
it.
to have to make room on my list.
I'm not really. I might take you up on that one day. I'm not like.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
especially in these trying times.
Yeah. I might
You
take that
know
one
you
out
want
of
a
the way.
Gooigi all over the place.
I have the problem now that I played some Ring Fit, and now that I have a 4K TV, I noticed that the Switch looks bad. The Switch looks bad in 4K.
Well, according
And
to the Reddit leak, the Pro is going to be announced soon.
I used my Switch for one game, and that was Super Mario Odyssey. And Splatoon 2, I guess. I don't really need the upgrade, I don't think, but that is rumored.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be coming.
I play 95% of my Switch handheld.
it's the way to do it.
Mhm.
Dark Souls handheld, fantastic.
Where am I here? Gotham co-op. Take it from the top. Gotham Knights. Remember that sort of that was the next WB. Is that WB? It gets confusing because I think there are 2 Batman games in production.
No, yeah, Gotham Knights is WB and Rocksteady is the Suicide Squad one.
Right. Yes. Yes. This is the. It looked a lot. The trailer made it look a lot like a what if Arkham Asylum but co-op, which seems kind of dope. They say that the combat system will be entirely redesigned, which I mean it was probably due for an overhaul anyways. But they say they have entirely redesigned
I
it.
liked it. I still like it.
Yeah. In order for it to work well in co-op, is that part of the experience really exciting for us? Yada yada yada. They say, of course, we're still a brawler, and some mechanics won't feel totally alien for people who played and enjoyed the Arkham series, but it is in many ways very different. So more of that combat, but updated. Like I don't know, they didn't. This is a non-story, I guess. Like, hey, we're not going to do the exact same thing we did in that game we put out like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Even though everybody liked it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I could see how it wouldn't flow in co-op. You have to make sure that like everything connects if you have shitty bandwidth and stuff, right?
I hope it like that combat felt so good when Arkham City came out. It was just like, wow, this is how have people not been doing this forever? This is amazing. I hope I just really hope they hit it. It felt so heavy. It felt so weighty. Like when Batman punched guys, man, did he ever punch guys? I hope
Yeah.
they get that sense of like weight and I don't know because some of my favorite stuff they use like they like the camera slows down and I don't know if you can do that in a co-op multiplayer game.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm also sort of on and off playing Shadow of War, which uses this exact same combat system, like
So
literally
good.
100% to a T. And yeah,
Mhm.
it is super fun still. A little bit sad news here. The arguably the best Tetris player in the world, Jonas Neubauer, has passed away, age 39. He won 7 classic Tetris World Championships between 2010 and 2017, which to me sounds like he swept it 7 years in a row.
I believe he was recently beaten by like a young kid, a teenager or something, right?
Allow me to
This
investigate.
most recent one.
As this cat with her cone decides to climb on me. My kitty is scratching up her ears again, so she has to have her cone on, which means like extra needy.
It's like little sunflower.
Yeah, this poor cat. Very last story I have for us tonight is this is a good one. Nintendo has on their official Nintendo World website, they are the image of Mario they use is allegedly stolen from an artist, and it's if you click anywhere in the story, you can read into it. It's pretty obvious that it is in fact his artwork. He claims he was never contacted. He was never credited. He has contacted Universal about it. They haven't got back to him, and Nintendo just last week issued a massive DMCA takedown to Gameloft, which had a bunch of like free. It was like a bunch of Nintendo mods, things that didn't exist. Something called like Super Mario Galaxy 3, which was some users take on Super Mario Galaxy 3. You can download and play it for free. Paper Mario Maker, a bunch of like really interesting free things that use the Mario IP got taken down last week. And then they steal this dude's artwork for their fucking website.
Why do you not pay a guy to fucking make you like you have a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of artists on staff. Why can't they make you a Mario?
Yeah, we're just like, can't you just get Mario to come out and take a picture of him? Like he's probably just back there, right, hanging out.
You think maybe the Nintendo execs were just like, I am so tired of people stealing our artwork and all of our shit.
No.
Nobody will notice.
No.
Just steal it right back.
I bet it's whatever happened all those years ago. Remember when what's the game with the Kami? Remember when a Kami came out, I think on the Wii, and it had the IGN logo on the box? The box art literally had the IGN logo because they just took the IGN screenshot and used it for their thing without permission. Probably, however that happened is probably how this happened. Just who knows, intern Googled Mario and was like, "Oh yes, we are Nintendo. We give the DMCA takedowns. We don't."
That's right.
We don't. It might not have actually been. I wrote DMCA takedown. That's probably the wrong type of takedown, actually, but that's the one I always get hit with. It was just reflex. Don't DMCA me. That's fucked up. Nintendo. Come on, don't be so litigious. Don't be so litigious, especially like they shut down all the like all like the Smash Brothers netcode stuff, right? The things that like they do a really shitty job at, multiplayer and stuff that people take it upon themselves to fix, and
yeah, just single-handedly took out Melee tournaments.
Yeah, it's took them out because they were. Man, that was like that story was recent. They issued a cease and desist because they were using some like third-party program for their tournaments. Like, who fucking cares? What?
Yeah.
If me and my friends want to have a Smash Brothers tournament in the basement and stream it, and we're using a third-party whatever, like, is Nintendo going to give me a cease and desist because I have a Mad Catz controller and not an official Nintendo controller? Like, what is even happening here?
If it has a turbo button.
What if it has a turbo button?
Then you're cheating. Cheater.
Cheater.
That's all the news I got. Slow week. Probably, I mean,
Yeah.
January is always pretty slow, but I imagine this one might be extra slow with just, the world.
Slow in video game news, anyways.
Yeah. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address. Or you can drop these on our subreddit. I see a question or more has come into the podcast subreddit here. Let's see. Max City writes in and says, what is the last rabbit hole you fell into while browsing YouTube? Oh boy. I'll bear some shame.
This is like daily.
Yeah. I'm like way into watching videos of people getting massages now. I think that's pretty relaxing. I don't really know why, but yeah, massages. Maybe because I would like to go and get a massage. It's like,
oh fuck yeah.
I don't know.
COVID.
It just sounds a good chair massage does it. It's just a person laying on a table, getting worked on. Doesn't really. It's got to be like they're in the chiropractor kind of sit chair or like go to the barber get a head massage. That always makes me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I put them on and then I fall asleep. It's like
The last rabbit hole. Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Brando.
The last one I think I went down was people like cleaning fish really effectively and efficiently.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like cutting them, like putting like 7 cuts in them, and you're just like, what's he doing? What's he doing? And then like grabbing the head and like, whoo, and it just all unfolds into its like fillets.
Lands on the plate. 2 lemons.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, that was pretty cool. And then the next video popping up is like, this guy's really good at filleting fish as well. And I'm like, yeah, let's keep this party going.
I said subreddit. I meant Discord. We don't use the subreddit anymore. Drop these on our Discord. What about you?
The last ones I was into some Destiny lore videos about Oryx. And
I didn't say that. That's a given. That's just living life.
And there's a YouTuber who uses like extremely scuffed controllers to play Rainbow Six ranked siege matches that are just fucking hilarious. So watched a load of those.
Beekeeping. I got a lot into watching people like the difference between a tame and not tame beehive, and like requeening colonies to try to like settle them down and stuff. And I got into beekeeping for a while. I legit borderline talked myself into like, I'm gonna fucking keep some bees. I'm gonna get that thing in the wall where they just like go outside the apartment. They live in my wall, and I got honey. I'm gonna keep some bees.
Yeah.
I want to keep some bees.
It's a bad idea.
Trying to think what other. Some days I just like. I don't even know what happens. I'm just like, oh, I'm watching YouTube and like, what video is even on?
Yeah, this is right up my alley. So people might be like, well, that's not that weird. But when I was like almost an hour into watching a guy speedrun Mario 64 with a drum set, I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
I forget I can't remember the name of the channel, but that like prehistoric technology or whatever that like that dude who's like building a farmstead just from the land
hell yeah.
that
Yeah.
Kev always talks about. That guy's pretty cool. I checked out that water hammer video he told me about. Yeah, I once somehow accidentally put an ASMR video onto the Talking Reckless YouTube playlist. I must have like fallen asleep and palmed my phone or something.
There you go.
That's pretty funny. ASMR's dope.
Yeah, watch people get massages makes me fall asleep.
I like
That's what I learned.
haircuts.
I just like the sounds of scissors. I learned is all I
Yeah.
need is just like the shh, shh, shh. Oh yeah.
I like the spray bottle too.
And they like tussle your hair after right before the cut, get you all shaggy so they can get all the hairs cut or whatever.
When they ask you questions, you answer the laptop back.
Went on a big man at
Better-
arms kick a little while back. I don't know if you guys have watched that.
Is that about guns?
No, they make like video game weapons usually.
Oh yes, I saw them
Mm.
make a keyblade. I think.
Yeah, they have a
Oh,
And a light.
shitload of them.
Did he make the real lightsaber? Is that the dude who made the like world's first working real plasma lightsaber?
Oh,
Did you
that's
see
like
that thing?
the hacksmith or whatever.
Yeah, that thing was fucked.
Yeah. It's just like a superheated tube of tungsten or something, I think it was.
It was plasma though. It could like it was an arc. It wasn't solid. It was like make it
okay.
pass through stuff. I have seen that Man at Arms. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he used to have a show on Discovery Channel or something. For some reason, I feel like I maybe have watched a TV show even called Man at Arms.
Yeah, they might have at some
Something
point.
like that. But yeah, I think I've seen like the Buster Sword and bunch of
Cool stuff though. I mean, that's like if you want to take a dive into some videos, they have so many.
The last one I can think of is the like the catacombs below Paris and things. Those like catacomb the like don't go down here or we can almost guarantee you'll die.
Yeah.
Those types of videos where like people are going down there and finding like bones and shit, and you're oof, this is scary.
do they imply what is killing them?
You just get lost. It's like
Okay.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles of pitch black, winding, labyrinthian, like collapsed catacombs. And
It'd be a bad way to go.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah, I've heard
really
stories of
scary,
like
dude.
fake tour guides like taking tourists down there just like to steal their stuff, and they just take all their stuff and leave them down there.
It'd be so fucked. It's like a real life. Feels like you're going down to like Anne Orlando or something. Feels like
Yeah.
you're going all the way down to the bottom of the map where that part with all the goddamn tunnels and it's got that gas that if you breathe you die.
Yeah.
Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address. I didn't actually check the email, but I probably should just in case. Or you can drop these on our Discord, which you can find by going to talkingreckless.com. On the old Discord button on the top there. Email is clear. Clear.
Beauty.
Oh, I do have more questions, actually. CJ says, what's a game that you guys enjoy watching more than playing? You have any of those? Eve
Oh, yeah,
Online.
probably a
Sorry.
lot.
Eve Online's a good one for me. Those wars and things, so interesting. Love reading about them. I don't ever want to play.
Like StarCraft.
I like reading about
any-
Eve more than watching it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean,
Fair enough.
Any RTS.
Yeah, not play. What's something you enjoy, consuming through other mediums? Not a big RTS man, eh?
Mm-mm.
League of Legends. I don't really enjoy watching it anymore, but man, do I never want to play it again.
There's got to be lots.
I always
Like even
sorta-
some games that I play, I would rather watch. Like
yeah.
I like watching good Overwatch more than I like playing Overwatch.
hmm I like watching people play. I like people who are good at Trackmania. I like watching them play Trackmania. I find very
Yeah.
soothing.
I like watching people play Destiny and Rainbow Six Siege because Professional Rainbow Six Siege players are just insane.
Yeah, Siege is actually a really good one. I maybe check out a little competitive Siege sometime. I think Siege is kind of cool.
It's bonkers. And what else? I always watch Dark Souls streamers.
Yeah.
It's a tight knit
You like
community
playing 'em. You
in
like
the Dark
playing
Souls,
Dark Souls.
streamers. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That's just a game we like watching more than playing. Does Metal Gear 4 count? You barely play it. You do watch more than you play.
Yeah, whenever watching pretty much any is better than when I'm playing it.
And finally, Tomo says, what is a series that you are interested in the story lore, but don't really want to play, watch, read? What's something you're tangentially interested in, but just can't, not enough to like. I'm not gonna play the games.
Dragon Age.
That's a good answer. Dragon Age has
I was
such
gonna say Warhammer.
Store and Lore and story.
Lori. Warhammer
There's
is
another
a
one.
huge universe that's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
Destiny.
just never gonna take the time to sink in. And
Destiny. I mean, I read a little bit of it now, but I guess I play Destiny. That doesn't count.
Yakuza.
Yeah, shit. That's a real. I would also like to say Yakuza. That's a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts. You know what? Honestly, Kingdom Hearts. I'm kind of interested in people being robots and all that dumbass shit, but that game is unplayably bad. Unplayably bad. Don't at me.
That's fair.
My cat's offended too. She loves Kingdom Hearts. Get out of here. That's why you have your cone on. Kingdom Hearts likers have to wear the cone of shame.
Oh, sign me up for the cone.
Ziva. Eva X. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is email address. I have a cat like half on me all times this recording. Go and check it out. Thanks very much everybody who wrote in here. Max, the CJ and Tomo. You can also drop those on the email if you want. What is coming up? D&D should be on for Sundays. This Sunday or last Sunday at least we were supposed to be on. The anime podcast over at patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. The
Tremendous.
karaoke contest we got going on the Discord. Go and join that. It's super fun, and the website that we're using, you can do a lot of like fun, interesting things with it. You can duet with yourself or quartet with yourself if you want, and you can do some really interesting stuff with it. So have fun with it. And there's $25 up for grabs. So come in and win yourself some cheddar. That's all I have to say. Other than thanks very much to Kyle.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And Brando.
You betcha.
Gathering here with me, even though sometimes there are other things than video games on our minds, but we still find a way to get in here each week and at least talk about a few of them. And thank you very much to you at home. If you want to hear our not even hot political takes, the Tron this week is hot talk and a little bit of just what's the word? Loose discussion, I guess, about the goings-ons. Damon in the chat says, thank you for your sacrifice. Right. And so our watch begins. And thanks very much to you for listening, for supporting over on the Patreon, for keeping us on air each and almost every week. That's going to do it. We'll see you here next week. It is crazy out there in more ways than one. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay sane if you can. And we'll meet you back here next week for the next episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. See you then.